Um, Hi, my name is Mark, and this is Anime Bear Cakes episode 5, the video review of my two chocolate-based OVAs and ONAs. Yeah, this is the video portion. Get my little computer here, and this week I'm gonna time it, make sure that everything is all good, and just peeking at my computer like a weirdo. Yeah. Basically, yeah, okay, since it's gonna be timed this week, because, you know, we've been getting a lot of YouTube violations lately, and my camera's been acting up, we're gonna try to do this as quick as possible.
Can't load nothing.
Yeah, this week I'm going to be reviewing first the ONA called Chocolate Underground. An ONA is basically short for Original Net Animation. What is Original Net Animation?
Very short animes.
Yeah, very short anime, usually 5 minutes long, that only shows up on the internet. This ONA is fairly new. I think it came out 2008, I think, or 2007. It was made by Production IG. Very good looking show. Each episode is only 5 episodes long, and there's 13 episodes in all. And it's basically about this like utopian world where chocolate and sweets had been banned. There's something called like the chocolate prohibition law. They're singling out chocolate, but it really applies through all the sweets out there. Donuts, even bread, you know, and places that sells is being shut down. There's like robots there that snips chocolate. You know, there's like a chocolate, like anti-chocolate police force.
The extreme.
Yeah, they went like really to the extreme. Like there's like the health food craze to the max. And the story basically centers around two young kids, probably 12-ish or 11, 12, the same age as the Pokemon characters, called Huntley and Smudger. And I think one of them is probably like a chocolate reference or something. Basically, I think their families run like a bakery or something, and then their bakery hasn't necessarily been shut down, but they've been converted into a health food shop where they only sell healthy sweets.
Or really, really crappy foods.
Yeah, basically. I mean, bust out the aspartame, you know what I mean? Because in this new world, I think this takes place in like Japan or something. I don't think they state which place it actually takes place in. Basically, with the chocolate prohibition law in place, you know, the reasoning behind it is that chocolate, you know, leads to evil. Basically, chocolate makes people fat. Chocolate makes people unhappy. It gives people zits. And, you know, it just leads to an unhealthy lifestyle. And I think the government is controlling people's, you know, health and things like that. And telling them what they can eat and what they can't eat. And, you know, the kids, Huntley and Smudger, you know, are almost like the anti-chocolate people. You know, they're like, yeah, we like chocolate, we like sweets, you know, it's what, you know, ties us together. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you, because I think you should watch it. I think it's a pretty decent but short OVA. It's 5 minutes an episode and only 13 episodes added up. Probably like an hour. And me and Christopher watched it, and it's actually like the first real anime Christopher watched all the way through.
Absolutely. Well, ever since Akira.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I haven't really. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. Good job, Chris. So basically, it just centers around this huge underground movement that Huntley and Smudger got themselves involved with. There's like underground resistance groups where they throw these lavish-looking parties where they basically somebody imports the supplies
from America.
Yeah, and somebody makes chocolate, and then they basically make chocolate cakes, chocolate donuts, and then they binge on it in some basement somewhere or some cave or something. And of course the chocolate police finds it and destroys it. And I think one of the funny things about the show is the robots that they use to find the chocolate is called cacao, CACAO, you know, like the cacao beans. And you know, Yeah, I don't think everybody's going to like it, but I personally think it's a pretty decent show.
It's good, but to me, I think it's whether the plot is a very important. Is the plot either absolutely stupid? Is it absolutely stupid idea, or is the plot a genius idea? Because the plot can be related to real life situations.
I think it's very daring, to say the least.
Okay.
You know, it's brave for them to actually do it, especially in an O&A. It's a production IG work, which means it's a very high quality show for an O&A. I mean, you don't even think it's an O&A. You actually think it's an OVA. You know, because of how good the quality is. But I think it's very daring because of just that topic. It's like, oh, we're gonna make a show. We're not gonna focus on how good looking the girls are. We're actually just gonna make a decent show. Well, I think it's decent. I think, you know, it's a very lighthearted show, kind of like for kids. But
do you like the plot?
I like the plot. I like the plot. You know, I mean, it's like Library War, but it's about chocolate, which is kind of like we kind of care a little bit more about chocolate than we do about books. I mean, you can take away books, that's okay. You take away chocolate, then, you know, people import that stuff like cocaine. You know, and it kind of shows that, you know, people are insane.
Well, if you want to rate it, I think it's good because, first of all, it does basically talk about real life parties, like think of like a communist party. It tells you what you can or cannot do, and that healthy, what was that party called?
God, the Good For You party.
The Good For You party tells you what you can and cannot eat, and the communist party or and some other parties tells you what you can and cannot do. So, it's kind of like that, and some people do it for power.
Yeah.
Some people do it just for power. They start the regime for power by telling out lies, telling exactly what you're saying, that it makes you fat.
We're going to need to make it quick, Chris. We're 7 minutes in already.
But also the fact that they took it way to the extreme. They took it way over chocolate. Would you send a robot? Spend millions of dollars over robots just to
how it ends is actually really extreme. Like, oh my God, they got a little careless at the ending, which I really didn't like. But at the end of the day, it's like all that over chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Just like you said when we was watching it. Why would they spend millions of dollars on equipment, police?
But there is a bigger reason on why they're trying to stop people from eating chocolate. And you figured that out all the way at the end of the last episode. Like, what's the real reason why they're trying to get people to stop eating sweets? And, you know, in a way, it's very production ideas. Like, I expected people who make Ghost in the Shell to pull a stunt like that. But come on, you know, and the kids get really dramatic about their love for chocolate. Oh, I remember mommy used to make this for me, and it's the thing that ties us together. Like, no, it's not. You know, cash is what ties us together. You know.
I think like the really ending. I agree with you with the ending, but the climax. The part before the ending, the climax, I think that was a really, really big part. Because there's a part where they could, can I say it?
Go ahead.
Lose their lives.
Yeah.
Lose their lives.
There was a gun pulled, so I was just like...
Over chocolate.
Over chocolate?
Remember.
Really?
Over chocolate.
You know, and they use chocolate bars as weapons. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. And I think we went way overboard. Almost 10 minutes. If I have to rate it for an O&A, remember, O&A, I would probably give it God. Can I give it like a C++?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to put it in a B range, but what the hell? B minus. It's so high quality animation wise, and the story is really great. Really made for younger audiences, so I'm not going to hold that against them. Because not every show is going to be made for 20-year-olds. So, you know, I still think it's a very decent show, and I think people should definitely give it a look, especially at that ending, because I think it's pretty decent.
I'll give it the same grade too.
Okay, so I guess that's it for part 1, and we'll see you guys in part 2.